Hey guys, it's Jensen, and today I'm going to be doing my October TBR. So if you've seen my TBR videos before, you'll know that I typically will try to use categories to build my TBR, just to make sure that I'm getting to the books that I own and to make sure that I am diversifying what I'm reading. This month I just really wanted to get to as many thrillers and Gothic novels and spooky classics as I possibly can, because I'm very much a mood reader and a very seasonal reader, and since it's the month of Halloween, I just wanted to fill my TBR with books that are scary and spooky and fun. So without further ado, let's get to the books that I'm excited to read in October. The first book on my October TBR is The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. I love the musical. I watch it every year for Halloween, and I've tried reading this a few times, and I would really like to actually read and finish it this month. I love the story. For those who don't know, this is about an opera house in France that is haunted by this phantom, and it's about the love he has for this rising opera singer, and sort of this love triangle because she's in love with someone else. So it's very Gothic, with lots of romance and mystery, and I'm excited to check it out. Next we have a reread. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte is one of my favorite books of all time, and I'm really excited to get to it this month. I so badly want to read it again. It's so good. It is about a young woman who early in life she is mistreated and abused. She's a ward in being raised by her aunt through marriage, and she's mistreated by her aunt and abused by her cousins, and she's a little spitfire though, and she does try to fight back, and she doesn't, I guess allow the situation to define her. She ultimately gets sent off to school, and the school is also horrible, and she's very malnourished and mistreated again, but she decides to rise above her circumstances. She gets an education, and then she becomes a governess for this man and his ward, and that's when the story really takes off. There's a lot of Gothic, spooky elements, and I don't want to give too much away, but there is definitely more going on at her new job than meets the eye. And some of the twists in this book are so great. So good. So yeah, I'm really excited to get to this. Next we have Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. This is being made into a movie that's coming out on Netflix. I think in October is when it's coming out. It's got Lily James and Armie Hammer in it. I'm really excited to see it. It looks really good, and I really want to read the book first. I have started this a couple times and just never finished it. It is really good. Like, it's really well written. I don't know why I never finished it, but this month, hopefully I will. It basically surrounds a nameless narrator who is just known as Mrs. De Winter. We don't know her first name. And she falls in love with this rich, mysterious, handsome man, and they get married, and she moves in with him and becomes the mistress of this grand estate, and then things start happening, and it seems like the house may be sort of haunted, and there's a creepy housekeeper, and the whole time you're just on the edge of your seat wondering what's going on. And I've seen the Alfred Hitchcock movie. It's very suspenseful, so I'm imagining the novel to be very similar. I've heard that it's on the edge of your seat and will kind of creep you out, and that's what I'm hoping for, so I'm really excited to get to this. Next we have Devil in the White City, which is a nonfiction. It centers around the Chicago World Fair in 1893. And the architect of the Chicago World Fair, and at the same time it intertwines the story of H.H. Holmes, who was also active at the time, and what he was doing. I've heard great things about this. I did try reading this at one point, and I didn't like it because I felt like it was it was loaded down with a bunch of facts that didn't feel necessary to the main meat of what was going on in the book. But I did want to give this another try because, like I said, I hear great things. It was a while ago that I read it, so we'll see if I like it this time around. Yeah. Next, we have The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is another reread for me. I absolutely loved this when I read it the first time in high school, I think. I really loved the Disney movie. This is quite different from the Disney movie. It's a lot darker, more tragic. If you don't know what it's about, this is a classic novel, classic Gothic novel about a young hunchback who rings the bells of Notre Dame. His corrupt, the corrupt person who looks after him and has always looked after him, and his love for the gypsy Esmeralda. It's a lot about the corruption of the church and love and romance and light and dark. There's so many interesting themes. I can't wait to pick this up again and revisit it. Finally, we have Mexican Gothic, which is a new release this year, and I've heard amazing things about it. Basically, I picked this because it's got the word Gothic in the title, and so I thought it would be perfect for Halloween. I've heard this compared to Rebecca and the Yellow Wallpaper and Gothic classics like that. What I know about it is it's about a young woman whose cousin calls her from Mexico, and she goes to visit the estate, and it seems like there may be some hauntings going on, I think. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm really excited to check it out, and this cover is gorgeous. So these are the books that I'm excited to read in October. Let me know in the comments below what you plan to read this month, and I post videos every Wednesday and Sunday. I'll see you next time. Bye.